which is always important. And I can't even see, only one person's on the screen. Isn't that weird? All righty. Well, anyways, I'm going to screen share anyway. So good morning, Michael. Glad to see you again. And your Pez dispensers, which I believe those shelves are more full than last time. So I'm not
They
counting, but they kind of look more full.
they are there was a sale on the Pez website and I had a coupon. So I got a bunch. Yeah, it's pretty full. I've got some room here, but yeah, it's all organized and everything. Yeah, so it looks fuller. It is fuller.
Okay. So I was being observant. So that's awesome. So how are you?
Doing great, thanks. Doing great. Just riding the wave of this real estate market right now. We still have some headwinds between low inventory, um, multiple offers still being written, and interest rates still hovering in the sixes, which is all your fault, Laura. So we realtors are trying to pick up the debris from all of you lenders who are providing astronomically high interest rates.
Yeah, I've seen 7, I've seen 8,
Yeah.
seen 6s. Yeah, it's all over the board. Yesterday was ugly and today is starting out a little ugly.
Yeah.
And I do believe it's actually the Federal Reserve's overshooting their targets, not setting up proper stress tests for the banks. Quite a bit of confusion and literally issues, banks closing because of some of the things that they're doing. So it's on them. It's our government at their what word should we use?
I don't know. I
Fill in the blank, people, just like you guys fill in the blank, because no
but I
sense
understand you have
doing
some
it.
updates for us today regarding some loans, Laura.
I do. There's been a couple updates on FHA and VA.
Okay,
So I
good.
thought we would take a look at that. And I'm not sure. Oh,
Are
all
these
right.
positive updates, I hope, Laura?
Um, it was positive updates, but honestly, the VA wasn't as exciting as it kind of looked at first blush when I was, once I crunched the numbers, so it was a little it was interesting. So that's what I thought we would talk about, just to share the updates
Okay.
for FHA and VA on some of their costs. They did actually reduce their costs. VA reduced the VA funding fee, and FHA reduced the monthly mortgage insurance premium.
Okay.
So I thought that would be good news to share out there with those folks that use either of those loans, or are at least considering them as options. And I thought it would be helpful. So we'll just start with our veterans. And so the Veterans Administration has reduced their funding fee. And the VA funding fee is upfront cost. It's actually not on out-of-pocket costs. It gets added to the loan amount, but it's calculated on the loan amount, which is usually the same as the sales price, because for most veterans, you don't have to make a down payment.
Okay.
So you can use that loan only if you're an eligible veteran. And so we'll just take a look. This is their current fee structure right here. For a first time use, so if you're a veteran and you've never had a VA loan before, you would be a first time use. They reduce the upfront VA funding fee from 2.3 to 2.15.
Okay.
This is the one I see the most because most veterans are not making down payments. If it's a subsequent use, meaning you have had a VA loan before, they reduced it from 3.6, which was pretty hefty, to 3.3. So some of these are just actually rollbacks to the fees that they had, pre 2008.
Okay.
So they kind of rolled it back. So then I looked at what this actually meant in dollars for our veterans, and it turns out that it is a savings, but it's not, anything that you're going to really get super excited about. But going from 2.3 to 2.15, it's about a $600 savings on this 400,000 loan amount, which is an average loan amount for our area. So you, instead of having $9,200 in that upfront fee, you would have $8,600. And like I said, this is not an out-of-pocket cost. You don't pay this at settlement. It just gets added to your loan amount.
Okay.
Now, what does that actually mean? So when it's added to your loan amount, that does increase your payment a little bit because you're adding that lump sum into your loan. But this savings of that $600 is only about $4.
Yeah.
So
So
it kind
it
of looked
doesn't,
like they were doing something nice for the veterans, but it wasn't so much.
yeah, I mean, it's a step in the right direction, but it doesn't seem to me like it moves the needle that much for a veteran, does it?
No, it does not move the needle for them, which was what was surprising to me because I thought, oh, okay, they rolled it
Right.
back. And then when I crunched the numbers, I was a little disappointed that it didn't really give them any more purchasing power, or it didn't help a whole lot. It's a little bit, and every little bit helps, but it's not really going to make any, you know, gives you one cup of coffee.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it. So
yeah.
not a big excitement. Now, the funding fee reduction, when they wrote their paper and they sent out the news blast, said for eligible veterans. Well, or you're eligible veteran, when you meet the guidelines. But what they're talking about there is if you have to pay a funding fee, you got a reduction. But if you, for veterans that have a disability of 10% or more, they are exempt from the funding fee.
Right.
So that
Right.
is a little bonus for our disabled veterans. And that's part of their paperwork that they have, their DD 214 and their certificate of eligibility. It says their disability and their percentage. So if they have 10% or more, no funding fee at all.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's been in place for a long time. So now we'll switch over to FHA. So for FHA, they reduced the monthly MI cost figure, and they actually took it down substantially from 0.85 to 0.55. So it's about a third that they cut the cost by, about a third,
Okay.
which was good news. And that it does, when I crunch the numbers, make an actually very good impact. It actually saves almost $100 a month.
Oh,
So you
good.
go from $272 per month in mortgage insurance to $176, and we are looking at the same $400,000 loan.
Mhm.
So that's a big reduction. So that could help somebody qualify. And I crunched those numbers too. So, and for the same payment, you could buy about $15,000 more in our example. Rather than 400, you could go to 415 and have the same payment, 3208.
Excellent.
Or you could have $100 off your, payment. So extra $100 is, I think, very helpful.
Right, they could
every
choose
month.
to put that into a savings account or to stocks, bonds, whatever their financial advisor
Mhm.
does. But what I do like about this scenario where you talk about a purchase price increase of 15,000, what I like about this is that when I'm writing an offer on a $400,000 house, it means that we could do what's called an escalation clause and offer up to 415, knowing we have that ability for the same monthly payment.
Mhm.
And it will increase the buying power of some homeowners. So yeah, I think this is good. This seems like a more significant, practical, real, down to earth impact for buyers more so than the VA reduction.
Yeah, the VA reduction really didn't give us any impact for the veteran buyer. But
Right.
FHA, this is a big impact. And like you said, it can give you that negotiating power that you need to get that house that you like.
Yeah.
Because I am seeing escalations.
Yeah.
So
I'm writing them.
I have a client went under contract this past weekend and they did have to escalate because the property had 6 offers.
Yep.
So, you know, I think the FHA change is going to be helpful to buyers. And just a little quote from Mark Twain, the secret to getting ahead is getting started.
Excellent.
So we want to get started in the home buying process. And to get started, get pre-approved, look at all your options and go over that, I always include FHA as one of my options to compare, to what conventional Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are offering. But
Check.
now it's stacking up a little bit better because of that monthly mortgage insurance reduction.
Right. No, this is great. What I like how you did this, Laura, was how you made it practical, how you really crunched the numbers and gave an example of a specific loan amount, 400,000 for both of these, so that we could see very clearly the impact it has. The VA loan doesn't have much of an impact, but something's better than nothing. And definitely on the FHA, I think that's great. So thank you for that, Laura. Great education today.
Everything that we can do to help our home buyers, help our people get into a home, that's what we're here for. So make sure you give us a call with any questions to get started. Don't forget to check out the rest of our YouTube videos. How do you say that?
Oh yeah, so be sure to like, subscribe, and share
Like, subscribe, and
our
share.
videos. Yeah. And if you want more specific information, please contact Laura. Her email and phone number is right there on the screen. And I'm sure she's been willing to have a great confidential conversation with you about the impact this might have on your purchase.
Awesome. Yeah, we look forward to answering any questions that people have out there. And until next time, be well, be prosperous, and smile. Share a smile with people you meet today.
There we go. Doesn't cost anything. Have a great day, everybody. Laura, awesome. Good job today.
Uh-huh. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.